Landfall, a developer well known for making fake video games. Stick Fight, Cluster Truck, Tabs. These aren't the kind of games that exist in real life. They're the kind of nonsense games you see in the background of an episode of TV or a weird mobile game ad, not real titles. Where other studios might be concerned with making smart, polished titles, Landfall excels at making stupid, broken games. Games that release free on April Fools. Games that glitch hilariously. Games that inexplicably have the power to crash my PC every single time I play. AKA a game about circles that requires a troubleshooting page. Which is why it's so confusing that the studio's latest title looks like this. What was that? No. That was like a real video game. The kind with polish and mechanics and characters with names. That was Haste. Haste Broken Worlds is Landfall's latest game. And it is weird. Because it's actually kinda normal. You see, Landfall doesn't just make fake games. They write legends. Games so ubiquitous that no one knows where they came from. To most, this is just a nameless logo, but to me, it is a religion. A Landfall game doesn't just have to be good, it has to be stupid. Does Haste really have the same metal as Content Warning or the horse drifting game? I don't know. Let's find out, starting with gameplay. At its core, Haste is a game about being fast, which is a pretty good foundation for this studio. Lots of games want to be about speed. The only problem is it's actually really hard to do. Look at Sonic the Hedgehog, for example. That guy just wanted to go fast and eat chili dogs, and BAM! Sonic 06. Sometimes speed is too fast, others too slow, but when you hit it just right, woo! That's the good stuff. Thankfully, Landfall's already pretty practiced in this area. Nightfall, a daring journey, is a horse-based kart racer where players battle it out to see which team gets to kiss each other first. While Cluster Truck operates on the simple idea that if trucks are fast and you're fast, then you can go double fast. Haste builds on this rich tradition with what I would have to call their slickest movement to date. I mean, you are zooming in this game. Unfortunately, the game does use roguelike procedural levels to make runs more chaotic, which is very fun, but does lose some points for reminding me of an actual video game. Gameplay, that's a 9 out of 10 on the Landfall scale. Round 2. The characters. Now, after such a great showing in the first round, I'm really disappointed to announce that Haste Broken Worlds does in fact feature real characters. I know, this is a really big disappointment to all of us, but as far as I've figured out, there's currently no way to play as an emoji or a low-poly horse. I mean, I can say for a fact that the captain's model has more polygons than the entirety of Stick Fight, and that is a betrayal. I think it was really sort of an interesting choice for them to design the characters this time around based on artistic principles. Maybe it would be a little more in tradition if they just threw a color and some googly eyes on a shape, maybe a hat if you're feeling spicy. But having looked into it, all that gorgeous art is actually there because the H in Haste stands for Hades. I guess the A does too. But you know what that A doesn't stand for? Air Brawl. Art too good? Minus 10 points. Round 3. Atmosphere. Now, you may be thinking that this round just goes by like the last one, but just listen. You hear that? That's Landfall, baby! The music in Haste kicks! Landfall's composers have always had a knack for making tracks that match their gameplay, especially with these synthy trance beats that just make you want to move, and Haste is the perfect addition to that party. This is the kind of music that makes you play the game better, because if you start to fall behind, it gets all warbly and sick, and you just feel like a jerk. It isn't just the music either. Haste's environments combine all the best stuff from Landfall's other games. You've got the rolling hills of tabs, the sparse wastelands of Cluster Truck, the annoying-ass tree in the mini-boss level that kind of looks like content warning when you have your eyes filled with tears because you try hard to dodge and you hit it every time. It's not moving. That's the thing. The tree doesn't move. The light beams move, and maybe that's a little too hard. I'm good at video games, you know? Like, I'm not bad. I'm not an idiot. Are you calling me an idiot? Stop it. Yeah, I guess if I had to put it all together, I'd say 10 out of 10, no notes. And now, the question we've all been waiting for. Is Haste stupid? To be totally honest with you, I've been following Haste for a long time. This game was announced 3 years ago. Stick Fight was made over breaks while the team was working on tabs. And I love that game. I love all their games. And I really want to love this one. So I have to break it. And so, come April 1st, the quest began. Session after session, hour after hour, day after day. And yet, nothing. In all my searching of the game's rich, shattering worlds, I was left for naught. And as I looked out over the veritable unwasteland before me, I thought there was only one more place to check. If the sweet siren song of glitches would not meet me in this life, then perhaps the next. All that remained was the void. But then, just as the abyss had lured me to its cold, boundless shores, so too had it beckoned forth my one truest hope. A glitch. A game-breaking glitch. I'd won! And as I picked the game back up, I discovered more glitches. Starting levels with negative health, infinite grappling hooks, soft-locking bosses? This thing was broken, and it was, you know, it's pretty good. But, actually kind of annoying to get stuck in the middle of a fight. And you know, losing your run just because of a mess up in the shop really kind of sucked. But, yeah, it was good. I'm just gonna take a few days off. You know, just grab a break. They patched it. They patched it? They're patching out glitches. They're changing the balance. They're doing all this stuff. What is this? This is not what I asked for. This is not Landfall. This is pretty fun. And you know, the more I've thought about it, the more I realize that stupid doesn't mean broken. Because it actually sucks in contact warning when the mics just stop working, and my buddy and I haven't been able to play rounds together in like a year. Come to think of it, the most fun I've had with this game is when it's working right. When you stacked up the perfect set of items and just blitz through level. That's the fun part. So I guess that this game may not be dumb, but it is stupid. Just the way it is. And to celebrate, I'll be awarding Haste a stack overflow amount of points. If anyone from Landfall wants to unlock their official rating, just get in contact. Maybe I can play a silly frog or do some level design for your next game. Really anything would be great, yeah. But speaking of that next game, when is Landfall gonna strike again? Well, let's just say when we consider Landfall's release history, it might be here sooner than you think. Goodbye!